The anticipation is palpable, and the tension is growing as the Golden State Warriors prepare for a pivotal NBA season. After a disappointing end last year, missing the playoffs, the team knows they need to make some bold moves to fully utilize the extraordinary talent of their 10-time All-Star, Stephen Curry. At 36, Curry is still defying age with his scoring prowess, but the window for championship success is narrowing. The Warriors know it, and their recent roster changes reflect the urgency to seize the moment. One of the most shocking developments this offseason was the decision to part ways with Klay Thompson. A staple of the Warriors dynasty, Thompson's departure to the Dallas Mavericks in a 3-year, $50 million deal took fans by surprise. The duo of Curry and Thompson had been synonymous with Golden State's success, so seeing him leave was hard to fathom. But the Warriors moved quickly to fill the void, acquiring 3 players, DeAnthony Melton from the Philadelphia 76ers, Buddy Hield, and former Minnesota Timberwolves forward, Kyle Anderson. Before we dive deeper into these changes and what they mean for the future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you haven't already. Warriors Nation, this season is shaping up to be one for the books, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Let's keep this conversation going all season long. At a recent press conference, team president Mike Dunleavy Jr. and head coach Steve Kerr shared their optimism about the roster changes. They acknowledged the magnitude of letting go of a legend like Thompson, but they were confident that the new additions would bring fresh energy and balance to the team. "We feel great about where the team is right now," Dunleavy stated. "We've made improvements, but there's an impatience here, a sense that we need to push forward, given where we are with our timeline." It's clear that the departure of Thompson is seen as more than just a roster change, it's a sign of the franchise evolving. By bringing in younger and more versatile players, Golden State is aiming to inject new life into the lineup. The additions of Melton, Hield, and Anderson signal a shift towards a faster, more defensively minded team. But even with these moves, the pressure to maximize Curry's remaining prime years is immense. The Warriors can't afford to be passive. While the roster changes have grabbed the headlines, perhaps the most significant move came in the form of a contract extension for Stephen Curry. In a clear sign that the Warriors are betting everything on their superstar, they locked Curry in for 2 more seasons at $62.2 million, ensuring his presence until at least the 2026-27 season. This move underlines the organization's commitment to building around Curry, despite the urgency they're feeling. Reflecting on the team's mindset, Curry himself spoke about the fine line between impatience and indiscipline. "I feel good about the discipline we've maintained this summer," he said. "We've built a solid roster, and we're counting on some internal growth as well." The message is clear: Curry and the Warriors are determined, but they're also being strategic, knowing that the right balance between patience and action is what will lead to success. One player the Warriors are particularly counting on to bounce back is Andrew Wiggins. The former All-Star has had a rough couple of seasons, missing time to care for his father, Mitchell Wiggins, who has been battling illness. But now, Wiggins seems poised for a comeback. "I'm expecting a big year from Andrew," said Kerr. "He's in great shape physically, and from talking with him, he's highly motivated. He's at peace with everything that's happened over the last 2 years, and I think he's ready to get back to his best." The Warriors aren't just standing still either. Despite the major moves this offseason, Dunleavy hinted that there could still be more changes on the horizon. The team has the tools to make adjustments during the regular season if needed. "We have a lot of good basketball players, and we still have most of our assets," Dunleavy said. "We're going to be aggressive. Will we definitely do something? Not necessarily. Last year we were aggressive around the deadline but didn't make any big moves. You need a partner to make a deal happen. But the effort and urgency are always going to be there." So, what does all of this mean for the upcoming season? The Warriors are clearly in a state of transition, but it's a transition they're embracing. They know the stakes, they know the window is closing, and they're taking calculated risks to ensure they remain contenders. This isn't a team that's content with the past, they're looking forward, and with Curry at the helm, they believe anything is possible. Warriors Nation, buckle up, it's going to be a wild ride. Steph Curry alongside a $158 million star, forming a lethal duo with the Golden State Warriors. That's right, the NBA is buzzing with a trade idea that could shake the league to its core. We're talking about Brandon Ingram, a high-caliber player potentially joining the gold and blue roster. Can you imagine the impact this would have? The big question now is, are the Warriors ready to make this bold move? Throughout the offseason, the Warriors have been on the lookout for an all-star to complement Curry's brilliance on the court. The team had several options in mind, but many of them slipped away as other players found different destinations. Paul George's name was on the table in negotiations with the LA Clippers, but nothing materialized. There was also a moment of hope around Lauri Markkanen, who ultimately re-signed with the Utah Jazz. And now, new rumors are emerging that could steer the San Francisco franchise in a new direction. Before we dive deeper into this potential trade involving Brandon Ingram, let me ask you to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Here on Warriors Nation TV, you'll get all the updates on our beloved Golden State Warriors and the hottest news from the NBA. Now, back to the topic that everyone is buzzing about. The truth is that the Warriors are still keeping an eye on the market, ready to make a move when the right opportunity arises. In a recent interview, the team's general manager, Mike Dunleavy, was straightforward: "We have ways to improve, we'll be aggressive." Does that mean we'll definitely do something? No. You need a partner. Making deals in this league can be tough, but the effort and urgency will always be there. What's clear is that the intention is there, but the circumstances need to align. It's a matter of waiting for the right moment, but when it comes, the Warriors won't hesitate. And it was precisely with this in mind that journalist Dan Favale from Bleacher Report proposed a hypothetical trade gaining traction behind the scenes in the NBA. Favale suggests that the Golden State Warriors could target Brandon Ingram from the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for a package involving Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, possibly Kevin Looney or Gary Payton too, along with a first-round pick in 2025. It's a bold trade, but it could yield significant returns for the Warriors. Brandon Ingram is no ordinary player. In 64 games for the Pelicans last season, he posted an impressive average of 20.8 points, 5.7 assists, and 5.1 rebounds. Moreover, he was an All-Star in 2020, establishing himself as one of the most talented players in the league. His 5-year, $158 million contract is nearing its end, opening the door for negotiations. Ingram is young, dynamic, and his scoring and playmaking abilities would fit perfectly into the Warriors' ball movement system. The big question for Golden State is whether it's worth giving up Andrew Wiggins, who was crucial in their 2022 championship win. Wiggins provided solid defense and reliable offense, making him a key piece of the roster. Plus, Moses Moody has shown signs of development, and Kevin Looney has become essential in the paint. Are the Warriors willing to sacrifice these players for a shot at Ingram? More importantly, would the Pelicans be ready to part with their star? For this trade to happen, the price would need to drop considerably. New Orleans would likely demand a hefty return for a star like Ingram, but if the right value is agreed upon, the Warriors might feel it's the necessary move to stay competitive in their quest for another title with Curry. After all, Curry's time as the face of the franchise isn't infinite, and any addition that could maximize his potential in the coming years will be evaluated carefully. Another crucial point: if this trade goes through, the Warriors would have to believe they can re-sign Ingram in the future. His contract is coming to an end, and the risk of losing him to free agency would be huge. However, if there's a team that knows how to handle big contracts and build competitive rosters, it's Golden State. Their history of re-signing stars is solid, and the presence of Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green would definitely be a draw for Ingram considering a longer stay in San Francisco. Now, I want to hear from you, fans. Do you think this trade would be good for the Warriors? What would you do if you were Mike Dunleavy? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our team. Here on Warriors Nation TV, the season never stops, and we'll keep bringing you everything about the future of the Golden State Warriors.